Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. How do you turn around that program? How do you turn around the program of looking at yourself as a performer, a producer, a reporter, versus being an awesome spiritual human being? And that's precisely what I do, my life coaching, which I do guide people and I reintroduce them to the love of their life, which is the one they see in the mirror each and every day. But until then, or if you cannot book a session, then there's one thing you could do that I will explain in the next few minutes. And that one thing to do is your awareness. Your awareness that you're sometimes kinder to other people than to yourself. Your awareness about how you care about what other people think about you, yet if you put a meter on your brain, put a scanner that scans all the thoughts, you will notice what you say to yourself when you make a mistake. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it again. I'm so stupid. When will I ever learn? Become aware of the self-bashing. And of course there's self-bashing because you're a piece of garbage anyways. That's what our brains think, that we don't exist unless when we produce, unless when we do things. The awareness of your thoughts is very powerful. There is no wonder why, besides anxiety and fear, there's so much depression. That's all part of it. Not this is the only source of depression. Depression is a whole topic for itself. But the self-bashing, the self-judgment that we have for ourselves, if you actually would pay attention to it, you'd be shocked at the list that you have, not 1 year, but in 1 day or within 1 hour. I know this because when my clients start talking to me, I feel like throwing up from so much pain to see a human being slap themselves. Imagine you see a human being on the street or in your house, they take a knife, they cut themselves and they start crying. And sometimes they faint because they lost so much blood. And then you take them to the hospital to get stitches. And a week from now, they do the same thing. It sounds absurd. Well, it's not absurd. That's the reality. We do it to ourselves on a daily basis. We bash ourselves so badly. We're not even aware of it. And usually we justify ourselves because, as the world says, we screwed up, my bad, blah, blah, blah. And of course, when we're not connected to ourselves, we become our own enemy. So the only advice I could give you now in the next minute or so is, number one, awareness, awareness, awareness. If you're going to war and you want to knock out your enemy, before you run with your guns and tanks, you could do something very simple. Find out where they are. You're going to go in somewhere 5 miles in a different direction, just start shooting at the trees around the houses, but there's no one there. You're wasting your time, your energy, your bullets, your ammunition. Find out where the enemy is. This is not an enemy that has to be shot or killed. This is an enemy, this is a poison that very gradually, with love, has to be taken out. We don't beat up our bag of garbage. We just pick it up. We know it's garbage. It doesn't belong in the house. It's going to smell. Of course, there's a purpose of garbage, that the whole house is not filled with garbage. So there's one place and it's in a bag. We lift it up with our right hand or with the left hand, and we take it outside, or we take it in the garage till the garbage day. It's a very simple thing. But before you could go to the next step to find out how to turn it around, you don't need me for that. Become aware of how you think about yourself, how you think about your mistakes. What I hear day in, day out, I'm lazy, I'm this, I'm that. It's just so painful to see an enemy in today's day and age, when we're all in pain, to see how Russia invaded their neighbor. And we say, how could they do that? We're so upset. How could they do that? Oh, I got just now a bite from an ant. That was so cute, sorry. How could they do that? And as I tell, I'm actually working with a wonderful individual that comes from Ukraine now. And they told this individual, you're upset at Putin, I'm upset at you. They go, why? Because you're beating yourself up. I can't control Putin, I can't control these countries that are killing each other, but we could control, or at least become aware of the enemy that was within us. Thanks for listening, and if you like this video, appreciate the like button. Thanks for subscribing. Until next week, I want to wish you a wonderful and delightful day. And always remember, you are way greater than you think you are.